Welcome to Focal Point News, your source for campus news, breaking headlines, and in-depth stories that matter. Coming up on Focal Point.
Find out how a tiny piece of wood is making a big difference.
A heartwarming way that local women are coming together through the power of music.
From the heart of Michigan State University, Focal Point starts right now.
Welcome back to Focal Point News. I'm Kelly Gavigan.
And I'm Kennedy DeMars. It's February 5th and we're so happy to be back for the semester.
It's been a wild winter so far, Kennedy. Snow, ice, and accidents have been constants this season.
It definitely has, Kelly. Knowing how to navigate the roads can make all the difference. Thankfully, we have Focal Point's Micaiah Lawrence with us live to check in on the drive. How are the roads looking now, Micaiah?
Yeah, they're not too bad yet. It's definitely, the snow's still coming down and I can even feel it under my feet. The sidewalks are getting a little slippery, so I'm not sure how much longer these decent road conditions are gonna last. And with Groundhog, good old Phil seeing his shadow earlier this week, we're in for 6 more weeks of winter, legend says. But on that note, winter driving safety is incredibly important because the snow and ice bring a serious set of dangers when you're out there on these roads. One woman's life was changed forever completely because of it.
You can say you lived in Michigan and dealt with the winters, but your car, it doesn't know the driving conditions.
Lieutenant Renee Gonzalez knows driving through Michigan winters never gets easier.
I've been trained to drive in a fast manner, how to handle a vehicle, but I still get nervous out on those icy roadways.
No matter how long you've been exposed to it.
But if you hit an icy patch, you lose all control of your vehicle.
Black ice has no mercy.
Almost 5 years ago, my youngest son, Danny, he was 19.
Danny Bath hit a patch of black ice, a day his mother will never forget.
He was heading home from his girlfriend's house on February 27th.
Dory Bath says Danny was a strong driver, but knows that anything can happen.
Unfortunately, within seconds, hit a tree.
Danny didn't survive the crash.
I tried to live my best life so that when we reunite in heaven, you say thank you for turning your pain into something beautiful for me. So,
5 years later, it doesn't get any easier.
Danny was the type of kid that would do things for other people all the time. He was very empathetic.
And Dory hopes that by telling his story, it'll help others understand how to drive in hazardous conditions. Lieutenant Gonzalez agrees.
We always tell people, give yourself plenty of distance in between other vehicles for that stop because your vehicle's going to start sliding.
Gonzalez also recommends taking your time and leaving early.
You're only going to save a couple minutes getting to your destination by maybe going 10, 20 miles over the speed limit. So just slow down and buckle up.
There's a few things you can do to keep yourself safe if you find yourself in a crash. First, call 911. Then, if safe to do so, move your car over to the side of the road to keep yourself safe. If you're going to stay in your car to stay warm, make sure that your tailpipe is clear and then wait for help.
People have remained in their vehicle trying to stay warm, but then their tailpipe is plugged. Carbon monoxide comes in and it kills them.
Their messages on safety are clear.
Just slow down because even the best drivers don't have control on black ice. I don't care how good you are.
I'm beyond grateful for Dory for sharing the story of her son with me. It just goes to show how important driving safely during the winter is because living in Michigan, we all know this type of weather can change those roads conditions in an instant. Before you leave, ask yourself, is there anything that I could be doing wrong that could harm myself or others? Clear off your car, buckle your seatbelt, put down your phone and slow down and take your time. That is all I have for you guys. Really wondering if this weather out here is going to keep up into the weekend and how these road conditions are going to change. Focal Point's Liam Clymer is going to have some more on that weather forecast for us later. But for now, Kelly and Kennedy, I'm coming back inside to warm up.
Thanks, Micaiah. This is all great info to know, especially since the cold days aren't behind us just yet.
Speaking of the cold, Kennedy, some local protesters braved the chilly temps.
They did, Kelly. With the killing of 2 people in Minneapolis in recent weeks by ICE agents, protests and rallies have popped up across the country. And Mid-Michigan is joining in with a demonstration right here on campus. With more than a dozen local organizations involved, Focal Point's Audrey Pelzek shows us why they want their voices heard.
We should be doing something in solidarity with Minnesota.
Protesters here are joining a larger national movement to stop ICE from coming into their communities.
It's happening. There has been arrests, there has been deportations.
Organizers say another goal is to make others want to take action.
My biggest hope is, well, it's to organize people, it's to energize people, it's to make people angry.
16 organizations have planned these protests against ICE, where they started at the Hanna Administration Center and have now moved to the Spartan statue right behind me.
It's happening closer than you think. It's happening to your neighbors, your friends, your local business owners. It's already here.
University officials have not yet commented on the demonstration, but students say they plan to continue organizing until the situation with ICE is addressed.
I'm glad that our community is waking up and that there is many Spartans, ready to fight for what's right.
Many students say fear and frustration over immigration policies pushed them to take action.
It's really easy to get angry and to get kind of caught up in your own little world when America is a scary place right now.
As the protest came to an end, organizers encouraged crowds to continue conversations about ICE.
That there is a class of people that wants nothing more than to eradicate us, to silence us. Let us show them just how loud we can be.
In East Lansing, I'm Audrey Pelzek, Focal Point News.
Demonstrations have continued across our state and more could be planned. A recent NPR and PBS News poll shows that nearly 2/3 of Americans believe ICE has gone too far. The Trump administration's border czar says 700 agents are to be removed from Minneapolis immediately.
The MSU Museum is reopening after 18 months of closure and renovation. It has visitors questioning what's real and what's not. The $28 million renovation was completed this month with a new featured exhibit, Blurred Realities. It explores how artificial intelligence, social media, and digital manipulation shape the way we see truth. Interactive displays blend nature, technology, and viral media, challenging visitors to think critically about the content they consume every day.
And the goal of what we really hope visitors will take away from Blurred Realities is to focus on the information they're consuming and to look at it at kind of a critical eye.
The museum is free to the public and open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Coming up, see how local bookworms are embracing Black History Month and how you can too.
Also, learn about a famous food item that started here in Lansing.
Take center stage at the Wharton Center this weekend as Cultural Vogue makes its 23rd annual appearance. Put on by Michigan State University's Asian Pacific American Student Organization, Cultural Vogue is a celebration of heritage, coming in many forms, ranging from traditional and modern dance to dramatic readings and a cappella. The event aims to honor student identities through performance. Speakers say the show has become controversial as universities try to pull back on DEI initiatives.
I feel like other people have taken, not advantage, but kind of made us be the back burner of conversations, but we want to be the front runners of that and embrace our identities.
The free event starts at 6:30 p.m. this Saturday at Cobb Great Hall in the Wharton Center. In East Lansing, I'm Liam Clymer, Focal Point News.
All right, man, we'll watch. It's gonna be sick.
I'm watching, man. That's sick, dude.
Hey, bro, give me one more chance. Just one more chance.
All right. Maybe you're sick, man.
Yeah, bro, low-key, I've been fighting off this gnarly cold, but I don't got health insurance, so I can't go see my trusted healthcare provider.
Bogus, man. You know, you could take advantage of one of your 3 free Olin healthcare visits.
My what?
Yeah, dude. Campus Health Services allow MSU students to get up to 3 free Olin Center visits per academic year, brother. As long as you make an appointment online at uhw.msu.edu. Dude, crunches. Ah.
Students, do sicker flips. Don't let yourself get sicker. For illness and injury, make your Olin appointment online today.
February is Black History Month, and there are dozens of events throughout the community.
One organization is working to increase access to books while hoping to preserve their stories. Stacks of books, carefully sorted and organized, fill the South Neighborhood Black Caucus space at Holden Hall. The caucus is collecting books focusing on education, empowerment, and community connection. They ask that you order from their Amazon wish list to have them sent right to the caucus at Holden Hall. The drive is designed to meet a need they continue to see in the community. President Deontay Sparks hopes this initiative continues to grow.
With just us collecting books for over about a week now, we have received almost about 50 books so far. So the community support has been like very, very great so far, and due to the fact that we're still collecting.
As Black History Month continues, the caucus says this initiative is about more than just 1 month. It's about keeping stories, knowledge, and opportunity accessible year-round. They hope to pass this initiative on to the next set of caucus leaders.
I mean, really, there's nothing better than curling up on a cold day with a good book for a good cause.
Yeah, it was definitely a cold one this morning, Kelly, but will this cold streak continue? It's time for a check on the weather with Liam Clymer. Liam?
Thanks, Kennedy. Good evening, Spartans. Happy Thursday. I hope our broadcast is finding you somewhere cozy and warm because behind me, you're looking at a live shot of MSU's campus from our tower cam. In true Michigan fashion, cold temperatures and a bit of snow are keeping us on our toes as we start off February. Yet, conditions aren't as frigid as they've been in the last few weeks. I'll break it down for you in our 7-day forecast in just a moment. But for now, we'll take a look at temps across the country as we gear up to visit loved ones for Valentine's Day. Taking a peek at our national map, temperatures over on the West Coast are looking pretty typical. Sacramento's at 60 degrees with Los Angeles at 69. Moving north, things are warming up. This time of year, Seattle typically hovers around mid-30s in the evening, but tonight they're clocking in at 50 with lots of rain on the horizon. Working our way east, those higher temperatures are remaining. Places like Phoenix are at 77 degrees. That's 8 degrees above average. And back home in the Midwest, temperatures are fluctuating day to day. Minneapolis is at 36 with Chicago at 29 and Detroit at 20 degrees. As for the East Coast, we're finally seeing temperatures that are average for this time of year, maybe even a touch colder. New York is at 31, 37 for Charleston, and Portland at 29 degrees. Moving to our regional map, we're seeing consistent temperatures in the 20s to 30s during the day. That dipped down to single digits at night. Green Bay is currently at 27, and again, it's 29 degrees over in Chicago. In Michigan, Grand Rapids is at 26, and Detroit is at 20 degrees. It's right around where we expect to be for the start of February. Chilly, but nothing like the cold blasts that we faced in the end of January. But be sure to keep your hand warmers at the ready, because the Midwest is nothing if not unpredictable. Now, let's dive into our 7-day outlook here in East Lansing. The rest of today shouldn't get too much colder, with temperatures only dipping down to 22 once the sun sets. However, be on the lookout for snow showers going into tomorrow morning, as we saw with Micaiah just a few moments ago. Friday is looking slightly warmer before dipping down into the single digits that night. And I hope you're planning to spend the weekend cozied up inside, because with highs in the teens and low 20s, it'd be in your best interest to do so. But come the start of the work week, things begin to level out. On Monday, we have a high of 30 and 24 degrees as our low. And that consistency follows us throughout the rest of the week with partly cloudy days and 30s, though be sure to layer up come Wednesday. Things will turn sour as we get hit with a mix of rain and snow. The high that day is 32 with a low of 22. But it's not all bad news, though. I don't know about you folks at home, but I, for one, see dreary weather as an excuse to slow down and take a little bit of time for myself. Lately, I've been getting a kick out of embroidery. I'll throw on a show, get wrapped up in a hoodie, and go to town. Nothing more relaxing than that. Kelly, Kennedy, stay warm, and I'll send it back to you both.
Thanks, Liam. I'll definitely be staying closer to home for a little while.
Speaking of homes, Kennedy, did you know that Lansing is home to the Olive Burger?
Yes, it's a Lansing specialty. Focal Point's Andrew Burns visited Kewpie Burgers to get a taste of the burger's Lansing origins.
In Lansing, the Olive Burger is a staple, and no one has a longer tradition of making an Olive Burger than Kewpie's Burgers. Right on the corner of Washington Square and Allegan, Kewpie's Burgers has been making Olive Burgers for over a century.
It's like the Cheers without beers.
That's how fourth-generation owner Autumn Weston describes it.
We've been in downtown area for all of that, majority of that time.
Working in this same spot for many years.
With my dad still by my side every day.
And through that time, the Olive Burger has been a staple on the menu.
Everybody made their own version of it. My great-grandmother just happened to make her version, which was the sauce. Haven't changed it since.
Autumn says it's the sauce that defines Kewpie's Olive Burger, a mix of mayo, chopped olives, and their secret ingredients.
You get more than a burger. You get, being around so long, you get to grow up with families, and your customers become your family. So it's just being part of that tradition, and it just being a delicious one.
And the regulars that come in appreciate the homey atmosphere that Kewpie's provides.
It's easy to forget things that are right around the corner, right? So, but I think just really the atmosphere here 100% will keep people coming back, but also to the burgers.
Kewpie's Olive Burger has been a staple for over a century, and it's clear to see why. This is a burger that's worth the trip. For Focal Point News, I'm Andrew Burns.
Several restaurants in the area celebrated Olive Burger Week recently with their own creations, but you can always grab an original Olive Burger from Kewpie's Sandwich Shop Mondays through Fridays, starting at 10:30 a.m.
There are so many great Lansing spots to sit and grab a bite, maybe even watch a game.
With the Super Bowl on Sunday and a full slate of MSU games on the schedule, it's a busy week in sports. Coming up after the break, Andrew Burns will have a preview of what's ahead and a look back, including 2 big losses for Tom Izzo's team.
And we'll take a look at how simple materials are changing lives. Stick around.
Having trouble finding a job near you? You're not alone. Thousands of students struggle to find a part-time job to work with their schedule. But MSU offers many different on-campus jobs, all with different benefits. Here's what your life could look like if you had a campus job. Or didn't. Campus jobs provide ample opportunities to boost your resume. When you work on campus, your schedule is flexible. Now that we know what to do and what not to do, consider applying for a job on campus today. Find open jobs at handshake.com. And for more info, check out jobs.sle.msu.
Sometimes it's the smallest things that matter the most. People's hobbies give them an outlet to express themselves.
They can also build strength and support within a community. Focal Point's Amy Cho shows us how one woman's hobby became so much more.
Woodworking started as just a hobby for Megan Shannon.
She is so short that all the tables were too tall for her.
Wanting to help her mom, Megan decided to start her woodworking journey.
I wanted to make her a sewing table that was like just her height.
But it quickly turned into something more.
I thought instead of sitting in a barn by myself alone making tables, I would open this up to the community.
Megan says that she aims to provide space not only to help start a new hobby, but to also bring people with similar interests together.
I think a lot of people will kind of come in here, and even if woodworking isn't their main jam. They enjoy experiencing it.
Megan says woodworking can be an expensive hobby that isn't accessible for everyone, but she really wants to help others no matter what they can afford.
If I have a class that's $285 to make a 3-legged stool, but somebody can only afford $50, they just got to tell me that and we'll get them in here.
For some, woodworking isn't just a fun hobby. It can actually impact the community.
We are working with Megan to build some benches to go at bus stations that don't have them yet.
For advocacy groups like Strong Towns Lansing, member Casey Wilson says woodworking is an outlet to help others.
This is a tangible way to just do some direct action to help people, and it helps, I think, sustain that energy throughout the years.
It uplifts me thinking that spaces like this need to exist for people.
For Megan, making a profit isn't a priority. For her, she just wants to help others.
It's just the most amazing thing to see people in here doing what they do and what it brings out in people and how much fun people have. That is the whole drive for me.
In Lansing, Amy Cho, Focal Point News.
Amy says that Megan hopes to introduce more people to woodworking and eventually offer her services at no cost. You can find her business by searching Tiny Bit of Wood in downtown Lansing.
Now it's time to move from woodworking to the hardwood with some sports.
Andrew Burns is at the sports desk with the latest on Spartan athletics. Andrew?
Thank you, Kelly and Kennedy. It has been a packed week in the world of sports. Let's dive right in. Starting off on the court, Michigan State's men's basketball hosted the number 3 Michigan Wolverines last Friday. Right from the opening tip, the Wolverines flexed their muscles against the Spartans, dominating on the boards and firing on all cylinders offensively. The Spartans trailed by 16 at the half, but made a valiant comeback in the second half, outscoring Michigan 45-41, led by redshirt sophomore Jeremy Fears Jr. Unfortunately for the Spartan faithful, their efforts fell short, resulting with a final score of 83-71. To follow up Friday's loss, Tom Izzo's squad traveled to the barn to face the Minnesota Golden Gophers last night. Despite another late-game comeback, the Spartans' offensive woes continued. Minnesota's defense allowed just 4 fast break points in the 76-73 victory for the Gophers. Now the Spartans look to bounce back in a big way at home, hosting one of the most prolific offenses in the country, Illinois, on Saturday at the Breslin at 8 p.m. The women's basketball team also had a heartbreaking overtime loss to Michigan over the weekend. Last night, the Spartans looked to bounce back against Maryland, but the Freilich squad fell short 86-70. This is the first time the team has lost 2 games in a row so far this season. Next up, they will travel to Happy Valley to compete against Penn State on Saturday. In hockey news, Michigan State collided with Penn State over the weekend in a top 5 hockey matchup. The Spartans swept the weekend series, which is topped off by an overtime win outdoors in Beaver Stadium. Senior Charlie Strammel led the Spartans to victory with his first collegiate hat trick. His 3rd goal to turn the trick put the series on ice. Strammel received the puck in the open ice and snuck it past Penn State's goalie, getting Michigan State a 5-4 overtime win in Happy Valley. The Spartans continue their Big Ten campaign against the top-ranked Michigan Wolverines this weekend. This highly anticipated matchup will kick off in Ann Arbor tomorrow, then in Little Caesars Arena on Saturday for the 10th annual Duel in the D. With 8 games remaining, the Spartans are 1 point behind the Wolverines for the top spot in the Big Ten rankings, adding an extra layer of drama to this historic rivalry. That'll do it from the Focal Point Sports Desk. I'm Andrew Burns, sending it back to you, Kelly and Kennedy.
Thanks, Andrew. It looks like we have some big games to look forward to.
Yeah, these sports are a must-watch this weekend.
Speaking of must-watch, the biggest game of the NFL season is here.
Super Bowl Sunday is just a few days away, and a couple of former Spartans are going head-to-head.
I don't know who I want to win, but it will be exciting to see Bryce Behringer as the Patriots punter.
And Kenneth Walker III is running back for the Seahawks, so it'll be fun to see Spartans on the big stage.
A local chorus is exercising another muscle, Kennedy, their voices.
They're bringing women in the community together by singing in 4-part harmony. The Spirit of Michigan Chorus is an all-women barbershop quartet group that empowers women through the power of music. The group is made up of women from all ages, backgrounds, and lifestyles. Although these women are committed to practicing once a week at a local church, for them, it's more than just singing.
Definitely the community. Yeah. I mean, the singing is part of that, and that's amazing, but we've really kind of formed a little community here. It's awesome.
The Spirit of Michigan Chorus is always looking for new members to add to their group and encourages anyone interested in trying new things to come to a weekly practice. You can learn more at spiritofmichiganchorus.com.
That's our show this week. I'm Kelly Gavigan.
And I'm Kennedy DeMars. Thank you for joining us. We will leave you now with more sounds from the Spirit of Michigan Chorus. See you next time on Focal Point.